I'm excited. I'm not gonna lie, I'm really excited about this. Hello humans! My name is Dael Kingsmill and I am here in the suburbs of Sydney for my first day 1 of this experimental Pokemon Go Nuzlocke. So, what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna sign in here with Kiara.
Hey.
Oh, yes, here we go. Here's where the juicy stuff begins. Hello there. I am Professor Willow. Did you know that this world is inhabited by creatures known as Pokemon? Pokemon can be found in every corner of the earth. Some run across the plains, others fly through the skies. Some live in the mountains or in the forests or near water. I have spent my whole life studying them and their original distribution. Will you help me with my research? I'm okay with that as long as I can catch Pokemon. That's great. I was just looking for someone like you to help. I can't even read. You'll need to find and collect Pokemon from everywhere. Now choose your style for your adventure. Ooh, yes, I get to, okay, alright. So, let's pick a lady. Yes, please. And now, okay.
Are you going to think about which team when you...
Look, I can't do that yet because I don't know what people are gonna pick for my team. You know what? Last time round, in my non-Nuzlocke account, I look a bit like me, so I'm tempted to go with like blue or purple hair for this.
Good.
Should I?
Purple.
Blue or purple?
Purple.
Purple. Purple is nicely non-team.
Yeah.
Eyes, I don't know. Let's go with, what's the freakiest color they have? That's a very bright green. They have like teal eyes. Sure, I'll have teal eyes.
You're like gonna be the protagonist in an anime.
Absolutely, that's what's happening. Okay, hats. What hat do I want? That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I know there's only 3 options, but I always feel like there's gonna be more. This one, at the moment, I believe Mystic and Instinct are winning in the polls in my comments. So this one is blue and yellow. So I may as well go with it in order to... It's got both represented. Okay, that's a bit weird. They're all very color-coded now. That matches the hat, I guess. Oh boy, that's very blue. Black. I'll go with the black just because I don't want to... Alright, what shoes? What shoes? What shoes? What shoes? I'm going to go with these shoes. Sure. I think I'm going to have another character that looks a bit strange. Oh, I'm going with this one, the grey. Alright. Dun, 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 dun. This is, my arm's getting tired. There's a Pokemon nearby. There are 3 Pokemon nearby. Here are some Pokeballs. These will help you catch one. Alright, so I was originally thinking, I can use this chance to try out the Pikachu starter, and I'll have a Pikachu starter. And then I remembered that I'm going to transfer whatever I pick. So, yeah, it really, really is.
Really bad.
Alright, let's go with Squirtle, just because I live in a coastal area. Yes, camera on. I live in a coastal area, and so... Ooh, it's right at your feet. I live in a coastal area, and so I encounter Squirtles more often. Can you hold this while just because I'm not good enough, especially left-handed, to...
Would you like me to film
Oh my gosh.
the experience of you catching it?
Well, I've got my screen recorder on, so...
Beautiful.
Oh my gosh. Squirtle, just get in the freaking ball. I made the mistake of trying to follow the line that it suggested on the screen, even though I know how to catch the Pokemon. And so it was like curved, and I don't know why. Anyway. Boom. Squirtle! And now I have to transfer it immediately. Alright. Am I allowed to do that? I mean, in the original Pokemon games it was like, no, you need to have at least one with you at all times, says Professor Oak, but that's my Professor Oak impression. Congratulations, you've caught your first Pokemon. You are such a talented Pokemon trainer. Thank you. What should I call you? Oh my gosh. Okay, let's see.
Maybe try a mush of Kingsmill and Nuzlocke or something like that.
Ooh, Kingslock? Kingslock. Sure. That works. Stop trying to correct my non-existent word autocorrect. What a cool nickname. Nice to meet you. It is a cool nickname, isn't it? It's like King's Landing, but not at all like King's Landing. You will need more Pokeballs and other useful items during your exploration. You can find them at Pokestops. They're found at interesting places like sculptures and monuments. From now on, you'll be off exploring all over the world. I hope you get out there and catch Pokemon and register them in your Pokedex. It's time to go! Boom! That's nice. Oh, yep, let's go. Oh my gosh, wow, okay. Things are happening already. Oh, wait, I should have... can hear the dojo. Wah! Come on. Am I not allowed to curveball yet?
No, you should be able to. I am standing on it, apparently, according to
My screen is kind of glitching out a little bit. That didn't curveball. It just flew off to the side. You know what? Let's just keep it simple. I will let you catch that.
I got it. It's cool.
Oh,
Done.
you're so much better one-handed than I am. Maybe if I switch hands, I can do okay with my right hand. I don't know if I'm pointing the camera in the right direction, though.
Yeah, no, you're good.
Okay, now, here's my thing. I know that in general people suggest storing your lucky eggs until you have a bunch of different... Why has it got a little magnifying glass above it? Okay. People suggest storing your lucky eggs until you... Hey, I've got my first egg already! I didn't know that was going to happen so quick. That's awesome. I'm going to stick that in the incubator. People suggest... What am I saying? People suggest keeping your lucky eggs until you have a whole lot of small Pokemon that don't take much to evolve. And then you can do them all at once and get heaps of experience for it. But, since I'm going to be transferring Pokemon immediately, that's not going to work. So instead, I think I'm going to pop my first lucky egg now, so that I can get the extra experience from, you know, new Pokedex entries, so that I don't know, get a little more as I'm leveling up in the early stages. So it's going to be an interesting path to level 20, but hopefully things will go okay. So I'm going to start incubating this egg. I'm going to transfer that Squirtle, much as it pains me. It's a 2K egg. Much as it pains me, I'm going to transfer this Squirtle and this Doduo, and I will get back to you as soon as that egg hatches. We'll find out what my starter is. It's going to be a Zubat. It's going to be a Zubat.
Or a Pidgey. Or you could get lucky.
Yes, it did not take long for me to realize that I didn't have any lucky eggs. I don't know exactly why I thought I would have lucky eggs from the get-go as soon as I started the game. I think it might have something to do with the fact that in my other account, in my original non-lock account for Pokemon Go, I did end up having lucky eggs and actually a couple of incubators fairly early on in the game. I thought that it was early enough that it must have been, I don't know, designed or something. It must have been planned that you get them really, really early. But apparently not. So there goes my genius plan of getting all of those experience points early on with immediate lucky egg usage and Pokedex entries. But, you know, I'm sure it'll work out in the long run anyway. Maybe. I hope so, because otherwise getting to level 20 will be even harder than I thought it was going to be originally. So I had an interesting issue. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to be presenting these videos. This is the setup I've got at the moment with sort of daily vlog style footage from my vlogging camera alongside the Pokemon Go footage from my phone. It's interesting trying to sort of format and present this kind of content next to each other, because, you know, you've only got bits of vlogging footage next to a huge amount of footage from the phone, because there's just so much going on all the time, and I really don't want to omit much of the phone footage. I don't want to cut things out of it. As much as possible, I want to keep the footage there. So I have cut out little snippets where nothing is happening. Here you can see I keep clicking on the gym, thinking that I can just look at the Pokemon there and that there's not going to be an issue, because that's a thing that I do when I'm bored, but I keep forgetting that I've just started out and I can't actually look at gyms. I have to come back when I'm level 5. And I always like, in these little shots, you often see my fingers in the AR camera just cutting into the screen just in time to get into that zoom in on the Pokeball after I've caught something, mostly because I was trying to learn how to toss the ball with one thumb while the AR was on, and I was not very good at it. But I'm getting a little bit better. I'm starting to work on my curveballs at the same time, which, I mean, I'm not very good at it, but one day I want to be able to throw the ball with one hand with just my thumb while recording with the other hand. That's the end goal. I don't know that that's going to happen at all, but I am trying to see what the best layout for these kinds of videos is going to be, because I can't film myself all the time and talk all the time if I'm going to be doing these big chunks where I'm trying to walk around as much as I can and hatch as many eggs as I can. But I, for obvious reasons, can't just leave it as dead, fast-forwarded phone screen recorder footage. So hopefully this is working out for now. We might try some other things in the future, but for now I don't mind this. I think this is pretty good.
We've just found the coolest Pokestop ever. I'm just saying. Check out this park. What? How cool is this place? Hell yeah. Ooh, almost forgot that I was playing the game for a second. I'm trying to get better at throwing balls with just my thumb so that I can do it one-handed while recording. I'm dreadful at it. I'm sure I've done it before. I think I'm fine at it when I don't have AR on. But for the sake of this vlog, I want to have AR on because it's cool and it looks good. And you can. Where are you going?
I don't know.
What direction do we go? There's so many directions to go. Okay. All right. Well, that way has a Pokestop. So let's go that way. I don't know if I'm walking the right direction. I'm walking the wrong direction, but hey, whatever. Concentrate on too many things.
Egg. How much egg?
How much egg?
Good, Yara.
Yep. How much egg? How much egg? What's the answer? What's the question?
How far have you walked?
How far have I walked?
On your...
I have walked. Oh, I need to get rid of that Jigglypuff. 0.7 of a kilometer. Okay. I'm just really wanting to get those lucky eggs. I didn't realize that you don't start with them. I don't know how I didn't realize that before. I was hoping that I would get some lucky eggs earlier than this so that I could really just rank up quickly with whatever new Pokemon I got. But as it turns out, that is not what happens. I'm waiting for incubators so I can start hatching more than one egg at a time. I really hope I don't get a Zubat. I mean, if I ended up with a Zubat and just got a really strong Zubat, it wouldn't be the end of the world, but like, I don't know.
They're everywhere.
It's just rough when you know that you can get like about 2/3 of the Pokemon that you can get from a 2K egg. I would love, but instead I just always get bloody Zubats. We just saw a real life Pokemon. A kitty cat. Where did it go? What is that? Oh, there it is! What is that? Oh, there's people. There's people driving past. Kitty, 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 kitty. Woody tat, woody tat, woody tat. Oh, I let my phone go to sleep. Kitty, kitty, kitty. We're scaring it and we should stop following it. But it's cute. Hey, puss. Meow, that's right.
Apart from the incredible, crazy amount of dojos in the Newtown, Erskineville sort of city suburb area, the range of Pokemon that I was encountering was pretty good, which is nice for the very beginning of this game, just casting a really wide net for candy early on in the lock before my eggs start really hatching. That way, when eggs do start to hatch, hopefully no matter what it is, I'll have at least a little bit of candy in the till to give to them.
So we were just wandering around and I just ran into a pincer with CP question mark. It's probably not like, ooh, the sun flaring on my phone camera. It's probably not going to be massive because I need to remember that I'm not a very high level, but I'm excited. I'm not going to lie, I'm really excited about this. Also interesting is that I keep forgetting that I don't have any raspberries or, great balls or anything like that. I keep trying to fight gyms when I can't fight them yet. Oh, gotta. Wait, I was just so excited. I have to trade it in.
I know.
Okay, it's fine. I got the experience points for a new Pokemon. It's fine. That's fine. Oh my gosh, at least I'm level 4 now.
That's good. Level 5, you get to pick a gym.
It was CP29. I can remember at least. I can know that very quickly I will be needing much higher CP than that. So I will trade it in and I will not be sad. Okay, let's hatch this egg. It better be something good.
And Pinsir was only the beginning, believe you me. My woes did not stop there. The sheer number of Pokemon that I love, that I had to throw back into the sea during this trip, during this Pokemon Go trip, it was enough to make me weep. For real. So many, you guys. So many of them. Oh, it kills me.
Yeah, we're just stopping quickly for a donut break. Check these out. Check out this deliciousness. Donut time. Yes, please. Yep, so we've stopped. We've stopped for a donut break. I got me this little beauty. Check that out. Delish. So we're sitting here on the weirdest seat I think I have ever seen in my life. And we're gonna eat donuts and just get this Pokestop every time it refuels. I've leveled up to level 4, but the game hasn't quite registered it yet. I haven't gotten my goodies for leveling up. I would really like them, please, because I need another incubator. Stat.
And I don't think I ever did get those goodies for leveling up. Here you'll see me catch a Bulbasaur, which is just a classic example of the kind of tear-inducing transfers that I had to endure. Oh, I still hold out hope of hatching a Bulbasaur egg at some point, despite the overwhelming odds. I know that it's never gonna happen, but I can dream, because if I could get my hands on a Venusaur, like a fully grown Ophelia, oh man, that would just make my day. After the fact, watching this back and editing it together, I'm not sure if I made the right decision with picking Squirtle as my starter, because really the only strategic decision that I have there, because I had to transfer it immediately, was, getting the most candy, the most bang for my buck. But honestly, maybe I should have chosen a Charmander, because I don't have many of them near me, so if I hatch a Charmander, that would be the only way I'd get much candy. Ah, yes, here you'll see I encounter a Falstaff. It was a powerful enough experience that I honestly had to stop and film myself staring into the camera unimpressedly. Anyone who watched my previous Nuzlocke run will understand exactly what's going on. I think it's around this point that I started realizing I was having an issue with my 2-kilometer egg. I don't know exactly what was going on, but I realized that for some reason when I looked at the egg, it was showing that I had only done 0 out of 2 kilometers, so I had to quit out of the app, force quit it, and then reopen it, and then I started having this GPS issue where I couldn't get a signal for whatever reason. Later on, I kept tapping gyms after I was level 5, forgetting that it would take me to the choose a team dialogue, which I didn't want to do in this episode, and so then I'd have to quit out and open it back up again. So there was a lot of that happening. You can see it sort of happening on the screen every now and then. You'll see it happening later on as well. And even after all of that, I don't believe that the force quitting of the app actually did anything to change my egg. It still said 0 out of 2 kilometers whenever I checked it. So, I mean, that was a little bit of an interesting glitch to encounter. I'm really hoping going forward with this that there will be less glitches. The updates have started coming through, and I mean, hopefully that means that some of these things are going to get fixed, but with all this debacle surrounding what got changed in the latest update, I mean, we're going to have to see. It's going to be interesting terrain to start a new series like this on. Unfortunately, at this point, the egg began to hatch, and I accidentally tapped the screen before I was ready with the camera, so I didn't get my immediate reaction.
I just got my starter Pokemon. It is a Rattata, as you can see, only CP24, but I have a starter, and it's not a Zubat. I will take it. I actually really like Rattata, and I really like Raticate. Actually, Raticate in Pokemon Go, if I'm honest, it twitches too much, it freaks me out, but I will take it. I will take it. What should I name it? I haven't picked a theme from the comments. What were some of my favorite themes? There was a good one that was Greek myths, always a good standard. There's a plane that is extraordinarily loud. Or there was a great suggestion that said maybe the last Pokemon I caught fused with the Pokemon that I've hatched and make those names. So like I could do a Catata, a Ratapi. I mean, okay, I feel like, should I just go with Greek mythology? It's my thing. Maybe not a Greek mythology, just mythology. I'm holding a King Arthur and Legends of Camelot book as we speak. So, I mean, let's go with Arthurian legend and name our first Pokemon Arthur. There we go, we've got one! We've got one! Ooh, a Paris.
So Rattata as a starter is not too shabby, if I do say so myself, especially since I'll be able to hopefully keep a constant flow of candy coming to really strengthen him, as long as I have the Stardust reserves, which is a plight I'm sure we're all too familiar with at this point. But yeah, what can I say? Arthur is definitely top percentage, absolutely. I filmed this about half a week before the Pokemon Go update came to Android. So some elements of the update, you know, I was just mentioning before, some of those things that have changed, like the footsteps and just little things, the lack of experience that you get from great throws now, as I've heard, that's a bit stressful. But some other things might turn out to be useful. The fact that I'll be able to favorite Arthur now so that I can be sure I won't accidentally transfer him, because, I mean, I can only imagine I'm going to be getting lots of rat-a-tat. And this is the point in the day when actually Kiara and I found this really cool churchyard with big trees and some gorgeous old tombstones in a big old building, and that was really, really cool. So if people who follow me on Instagram, you've probably seen a photo from that, and it was a really sweet little thing to encounter. I've come to love that part of the game where you find things out in your community that you didn't even know were there before. I really, really like that.
So we have stopped off to get an early dinner. My phone is dead. It's technically on 1% battery, but I'm gonna have to charge it before doing anything else. We've still only hatched one egg. We've still only got one official Lockmon. Again, still no lucky eggs. I finally did get that second incubator, so I've got a 10k egg incubating, warming up. So at some point I will hopefully get the payoff from that. But I'm looking forward to getting a couple more months. I'm high enough level now to actually begin tackling gyms, but I'm not going to do that this episode. I'm going to wait until next episode. Plus, I mean, I've only got, what, like a 29 CP rat-a-tat, so that would go very, very badly. But I'm not joining a gym just yet. I'm going to save that for the next episode. I've been reading the comments from everyone with rules, queries, and those sorts of things. A lot of you are worried that there's not enough incentive to go and battle at gyms. So I'm just letting you know that I am going to be making a concerted effort to actually battle enough, because, you know, what's the point of a Nuzlocke if you're not ever putting your Pokemon at risk? Then you just, you know, you may as well just be playing the game straight. So I am interested in some of the ideas that a few of you came up with. I really like that idea that you have to tackle at least 8 gyms before you can win. I like the reflection of the 8 gym badges in that idea. So maybe something along those lines. We are going to be tweaking these rules as we go. The idea of this series is that it's a prototype, and by the end of it we will hopefully have a very simple, very balanced rule set for Pokemon Go Nuzlocke. So we are going to keep sort of tweaking those things as we go. So don't worry about that. I will definitely be gym battling at various points during this series. But for now, gotta wait until I've charged my phone before I can do anything more.
So whether I do end up changing the win condition from reaching level 20 to must defeat 8 gyms, averaging out to X total CP each or something, I don't know whether that'll end up happening. I do really like that idea of the 8 gyms though, but I am concerned about keeping the rules simple. But something like that really might be necessary at this point. It will be tricky though, especially with the recent and ongoing changes to the game through updates. It'll be a little hard to see exactly where this lock will take us by the end from where we are, but I really do like that idea of the 8 gyms, so I mean, I might be thinking along those lines for the moment at least. As you can see, I did get my phone charged and keep my game running for some of the trip home that night to nab any wayward mons I happened across, which paid off as much as it can when you have to transfer every Ponyta you meet, and I did a little more work the next day or the day after to bring those eggs closer to hatching so that it can hopefully happen in a timely manner over the next episode. And while I was doing that, I did actually reach level 8, so that's where we'll be starting next time. Last chance to get your team votes in, because I'll be joining one of the 3 in episode 2, so stay tuned for that by subscribing to the channel. If you enjoyed the premiere of our Pokemon Go Nuzlocke run, please do show your support by hitting that like button down below and sharing it with your friends. Apart from that, I do believe that that's it. I'm done, and I will see you next time with another Pokemon Go Nuzlocke video.
Concentrate on too many things.
Egg. How much egg?
How much egg?
Good, Kiara.
Yep. How much egg? How much egg?